Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island USA season 7 episode 12 or 14 for a lot of you guys. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Now, I know I've been a little bit fussy lately, but I cannot let another episode go by without shouting you guys for subscribing, those who have, okay? Over the last month, it's been just under 2,000 new subscribers. Thank you. And even just last night, it was like over 200. Oh, not y'all rock with me the long way. Thank you so much. I'm very, very appreciative. So this episode starts with Jeremiah and Huda still in the speakeasy. Can't be bothered.
I would never call you out your name. I would never call you a bitch.
Any man in there would have went straight to his girl.
Like, what the fuck? This shit should not be this hard.
You've done things to show that you're not as interested.
You have done unhealthy things.
Do you think America hates me? Your actions could have convinced America otherwise. May not agree with the pancake thing, whatever.
The fact we're still talking about this is kind of nuts.
That was the biggest opportunity to step it up.
Huda is rightfully upset about Jeremiah not checking in on her, whether or not, they were justified in the way that they behaved even before then. They did build a strong enough connection that it would have been nice for him to check on her. Now, some people were telling me, and I was starting to feel gaslit, I'm not gonna lie, that Jeremiah really did freeze and he didn't know if he should go to Huda or if he shouldn't. When he had the conversation with Iris on the beach, on them chairs, he literally said, I'm not gonna talk to her tonight, I'll probably talk to her tomorrow. Instead, I'll talk to my pillows. So like he said to the guys after he came back from the date, he didn't talk to her because he did not want to, okay? I don't think it was I froze and that. No, he didn't want to talk to her that night. And it's probably for the best because she was wildin'. And who's to say that it wouldn't have escalated the situation if he did? I don't know. I think he probably should have checked in, but maybe it was better this way. We don't know. So it is clear that Huda has done a lot of unhealthy things in this relationship. I will also say though, Jeremiah has aided in a lot of unhealthy patterns as well. And it's funny too, because somebody in the comments was like, you contradict yourself whenever you're talking about Jeremiah and Huda. I don't believe it's a contradiction. I believe that they are both at fault for a lot of things that went on. I don't condone the way that Huda was speaking to Jeremiah the night before, but that does not absolve Jeremiah of the things that he would continue to let slide, or mainly it was just him letting a lot of things slide. You know what I'm saying? Or actually even like covering things up with the sex stuff, because it's not like Huda was sleeping with herself. You also were engaging in that behavior, which is unhealthy and it is toxic. And another person too was like, it's not just this generation that's toxic, like previous generations were also toxic, but we only now have the words, which I feel like proves my point. Because we know better, we should be doing better. But it's more like yeah, you do it. I'm just seeing people, not here in these comments, mainly on TikTok, just really riding for Huda. We've become too accustomed to accepting toxic behavior. Bar her age, bar her wanting to crash out, the way she was speaking to this man is always unacceptable. She then keeps saying any real man would have done A, B, C, and D, and this just further proves my point that she has this image that she just needs Jeremiah to fit in, and unfortunately it's like she's forcing him at this point. Babes, if he doesn't fit the image of a man that you would want to be with, find the man that you would want to be with. He's out there. You might have to do a little bit of healing before you find him, but he's out there. If Jeremiah, one, isn't that guy, and number two, doesn't plan on being that guy, which she believes is the case, then leave him alone. Even him, like, do you really want a woman who can so easily call you out your name like that? Plenty of times, on camera, in front of people? Who's to say what would happen when they were at home? Nah. Wrap it up. So Jeremiah's like, you know what? I'm kind of done with this conversation. I don't actually find Iris as my type. I'm not, exploring that connection. At least that's what I perceived. Maybe I missed something, because then he does pursue it. But anyways, and then he says, I don't regret our time together. I believe that. He later then has a conversation with Iris and she's like, you know what, I'll support you in anything. I don't like that you're going through this alone. He assures her that she is not a plan B, which I hope Huda did take after they did the nasty. Cause child. Hannah says sometimes you need to break down to break through. And boy, did she break down a few nights ago. Just for her to put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it on all of us. And now she's so excited to explore something with Pepe, as if, what's his name, didn't have her acting as if she was either sending her man off to war or burying one of her family members. Like, the way she was wailing was insane. Insane. But anyways, she's now building a stronger connection with Pepe. She's like, oh, wow, you know, we really can have a deep connection. Yeah. It's amazing how much you can do when you talk to somebody. Like, anyways, I'm personally not buying whatever it is that Hannah is trying to sell us. I still am of the belief, and this was another thing too that showed up in the comments. I'm still of the belief that there's a side of Hannah that has not been shown, mainly because it doesn't fit the storyline that the producers are trying to tell. Huda is the crash out. Amaya had her moment, but they know that they're gonna zone in on Huda. To have Huda, Hannah, and Amaya just wouldn't make sense. And so yes, they have been calling Huda Hurricane Huda. But before that, when Charlie took Iris for a chat, Alondria said to her, Hurricane Hannah. So I'm sure something has already gone on with Hannah. Hannah, girl, I'm not buying whatever she's trying to sell us right now. I'm just not. Speaking of not buying anything, Taylor is having a conversation with Alondria, and he's fronting like he's jealous. Do y'all believe he's really jealous? Because I don't know.
Miss full body massage. Or y'all kissed or something?
I feel like for him, it's more physical.
From the get-go, it was more, we connected here before we did physically.
Right.
I miss you, stink stink.
I missed you too.
I get the whole mental connection thing. Of course, you want to be able to have an intellectual bond with somebody. Like, yes, of course. But if the man had been struggling for so long to build a physical connection with you, is it even worth it? Like, I just don't buy that he's into her like that. And it's so asinine to even think, because have you seen Alondria? I've been trying so hard not to objectify her. The girl is fine. I'm gonna just leave it there. I won't say too much. The girl is fine. And this man, like, is just dragging his feet, and I hate this for her. She even says that if he was gonna go, she likely would have followed. Like, I get it. Jalen doesn't do it for her, and that's fine. But does that mean you have to pick Taylor? Like, he doesn't have to be an option. He really doesn't. I have full faith in America that they would keep Alondria around. I do. And so if she ever was in jeopardy, I mean, she doesn't know that, but if she ever was in jeopardy, I don't think she'd be at risk of going home. And I feel like with that knowledge, girl, let Taylor do his whatever. I think the producers like her enough to send somebody. And even if they don't, Casa Amor, we could smell it at this point. There's gotta be somebody in there who's checking for Alondria. They end up going to the was it the speakeasy or the photo? No, I think the photo booth is in the speakeasy. Whatever. They go to the photo booth. They do share some kisses. And I hope for her sake that he actually has come around, because she is really attached to this guy. And if he's playing with her, he will have hell to pay. Huda was unable to sleep that night. And so she goes out, she's sulking or whatever. Jeremiah did notice. And in the morning, he's like, oh, I wish that I could have consoled you, but you didn't. Because you didn't want to. Like, you already exposed yourself. You didn't want to, so you didn't. Okay. Later on, he does make her breakfast. No pancakes this time. Strictly protein. However, she already got a plate from Taylor because Taylor thought she wasn't going to get food, so he just wanted to make sure that she would feel good. Then later on, we see the other islanders talking about their relationship, and the consensus is these two are just better apart.
Did Huda speak to you guys? Do we think that is a relationship that should last?
No, if I'm being honest.
You're sweaty.
I don't care. So nonchalant. I love it.
When she charged the Iris yesterday, like, I was actually fucking scared.
At first, I thought I misheard, but Sierra really did say that Iris was charged at by Huda. And I'm thinking, was this when Huda went up to speak to Iris in Soul Ties, or did she actually charge at her? Like, in a violent way, because that is not okay.
From the moment Iris got in here, try to set a tone of like who Iris could talk to and who she can't. That should be a red flag.
Yeah.
Jeremiah is doing that toxic thing that he does again. Huda will do something that is like unpleasant in his eyes, and he will still say, oh, you're so cute. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is great. Like, he loves the toxicity that she brings to the relationship, which in turn makes him also toxic. The other islanders are clearly exhausted by the situation, and I'm honestly wondering why they aren't speaking up as a collective. I think it's one thing. Well, okay, well, that could feel like an ambush. Okay, maybe not as a collective. Okay, maybe not as a collective. But more people could say something, especially people whose opinions she respects, so that she understands, oh, like, this isn't just like an America thing. Even people who've been living with me are realizing this relationship isn't good for either of us, right? And so for me, I'm thinking, if we're drained as an audience, how much more these people who have to experience them every single day? I'm sorry, I would get to the point where I would have to say something, like, and say something not even related to the game. Because people have been coming to her saying, well, do you believe his intentions? You're exhausting. Here are the reasons why. Your behavior is not okay. Let's nip that in the bud. We're too grown for this. We're too grown. She's 24. She knows. She knows her behavior is not okay. He knows he's accepting bad behavior, which in turn is also bad behavior. Nah, bro. Nah. So then Jeremiah has a conversation with Huda because he has had a new revelation.
Can I just skip the best friends part since we got so intimate? If like there's anything left for us, I just want to do it right.
If this is how you think it's gonna make me like you, I'm not even gonna tell you what to do again.
When to make you like me? Jesus
So
Christ.
don't fucking talk to me.
Jeremiah's assessment is absolutely correct. They skipped over the preliminary steps. They skipped over the building phase and they went straight to, we're locked in, we're in a relationship, we go together, we're committed. And now the cracks are showing, but they probably always, actually, they either always could have been there because they're incompatible, or they would have been able to address the little problems one at a time so that they don't build up to what it has now become, you know? But either way, they should have taken their time, which is what Ace was trying to say. He was like, the love bombing is too fast, it's too quick, it's giving scamming, don't like it. I still question his intentions for that, but whatever. So then for me, I was at the point where if these two are going to start afresh, because his proposal is, okay, well, let's start from friendship and build our way back to romantic. If you're going to do that, lay everything out on the table. Address bad behavior as it's happening. Lay out your expectations. Like, if you do not like the way Huda is speaking to you, which is nasty and vile, tell her. Like, let's not gloss over it, call her cute, say that you love it, have sex, shower together. Like, let's not do that. We address it right away and we resolve it before we move on. But then Huda is like, I'm not willing to set my expectations again. You already know, clearly you don't want to be that guy, so it's whatever. Okay, cool. If you really don't want to give it a fresh start, let's end it for good. So then Huda walks away. She goes over to the other islanders and she cannot even read the room. She cannot tell that these people don't care.
He's delusional as fuck. I'm done. I'm explaining exactly what I need. You just said, I don't care to make you like me. And he's telling me, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So get off my dick, bitch. Like, fuck off. How are you gonna ask me what I want and then not wanna do it? I said, take care. And that's it. And I'm finito. You're fucking sleeping in bed with another woman.
It's more than just Huda. Huda's a package, you know? Because you're still trying to digest her having a kid.
Wait, she has a kid?
Oh, shit.
The facial expressions were absolutely killing me, especially Taylor being like, yo. He kept looking over like, is anybody else seeing this? Like, is she actually for real? But y'all feed into her delusions by not calling her out enough. I'm not going to make it seem like nobody has ever told her anything, but they do not call her out nearly as much as they could. And then you have Austin accidentally finding out that she's a mom. And the most funniest part is Huda should have been there, because I feel like this is the reaction she's been waiting to get from everybody else. But yeah, eventually, I think it was Sierra in the girls' change room or whatever. She's like, the name calling, it's got to die down. It has to die. That's my input. It has to die completely. But she said die down, and I'm glad they're starting to say something. They're starting to get irritated. It's just too much. So earlier in the episode, Shelly saw Austin and Amaya having a conversation. They're getting along very well. Those two talk about how positive they are. Austin says that Amaya is a sweet girl. And I really believe that she is a sweet girl when her emotions are regulated. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if she felt a way, but she then is like, oh, I want to spend some quality time with Austin. Mind you, she has been saying, I want you to step up. But now she is, in a way, stepping up. And she does this like workout with him or whatever. He did enjoy it. But to me, this doesn't push the romantic agenda. It just doesn't. Naturally, they don't have that romantic chemistry. And so I feel like they have to be more intentional if, in fact, they are trying to build that. On the other hand, you have Ace, who takes Shelly up to Soul Ties, and even just them sitting there just talking about the tattoos. I think she said, oh, you should get my face tattooed on your stomach. And he's like, I mean, yeah, if we're married, what? And like, it's just a natural chemistry between them. It's very telling. It is just very telling. I think if she really wanted to develop something more with Austin, they would push for things that facilitate that, but they don't. And even though she doesn't have to do that with Ace, their relationship is getting stronger because he facilitates those kinds of intimate, romantic moments for them. So, yeah, we'll see how far this goes. Because we know they're going to get together. Like, people have been suspecting that they decided to play the long game. I don't know if that's true or not, but we knew that they were going to get together at some point, or at least try something. In the evening, Hannah is like, I'm looking for some mess tonight. And she got exactly that. Because when everybody walks down, Jeremiah pulls out the chair for Iris. This girl, it's enough now. Where's the wellness team? Genuinely, where's the wellness team? I think that she needs to be removed. Even if it's just for like 5 hours or something. Like, Huda needs to recalibrate. I don't know if she needs to talk to her daughter. Like, something needs to be done regarding Huda. And maybe it has been done. We'll never know. But it, like, from pulling out the chair. Oh, mama. Wow. Imagine if they had a full-blown relationship. What would the crash out have been then? Anyway, speaking of crash outs, our other crash out queen, Amaya, is having a really good day with Austin.
I feel like we're so far away.
Right, you were strong.
I've kind of been exhausted in a love triangle.
What?
But being up like a princess.
Oh.
Girl, stop.
Yeah.
Pow.
Oh, you're such a funny fucking girl.
Hopefully we can now be done with all that moaning from Austin. Although I don't necessarily see it for them, it is nice to see them finally connect with somebody who reciprocates that energy, especially for Amaya. Because Amaya was dealing with the sourpuss that is Ace. And so finally somebody is giving her genuine attention, is actually excited to be in her presence. Like, I like to see that for her. I love that for her. I'm hoping for somebody else, but I love this for her nonetheless. So Ariana comes in because it is a recoupling, but this one has a twist that I liked. The only tweak that I would say, don't announce what door the guy is standing behind. Maybe they can hear it, so whatever, that might be irrelevant, but let the door opening be the surprise. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That would be more exciting for me. But anyways, the premise is all the girls stand behind a door. They pick one guy, one guy that they would like to couple up with. If the door opens when the guy walks up to the door, then it is a match. If not, then they are single. So first we have Nick, who opens Sierra's door. Nick, who opens Sierra's door, so that's a match. Pepe opens Hannah's door, also a match. Austin, thankfully, goes to Amaya's door, and it does open. Ace dances towards Shelly's door, and surprise, surprise, it opened. So I'm assuming now that we are done with the back and forth, including Austin. Austin, she didn't pick you. You also picked somebody else. Ace has now picked Shelly. Let's leave it there. Then we have Jalen, who walks up to Alondria's door, but it's locked. Oh, it was locked. I felt so bad for him. So he's now single. Then Taylor opens Alondria's door. And lastly, Jeremiah walks up to Iris's door and it opens. I have to say, this shot right here of her crying and him hugging Iris, it was cinema. So then Huda is there mouthing, liar, liar, liar. You know what that reminded me of? I can't think of the film, but I think it was it Scary Movie? Where the person's like, no! Why did I go to Scary Movie? It's the Braxton Family Values. When Trina got engaged and she was like silently screaming. That's what that gave to me. I don't know. That was just funny to me. So she's calling him a liar and whatnot. And I will say I kind of understand what she's saying.
He told me that she is not his type. He told me that he still cares about me. He's not attracted to her and that he does not want to sleep in the bed with her. This was another chance for him to prove that. Jeremiah failed.
Jeremiah did make it seem like he was not into Iris, and so picking Iris does seem like a betrayal. It does seem like he is being duplicitous. However, he should not have picked Huda. Like, in no way would that have been a good decision. Even Austin himself was like, hey, whatever, safe choice or not, it was a good one. It was a good choice. Who cares if it was safe? Like, he just should not have picked Huda. So I understand Huda's feelings in this moment. It absolutely does feel like a betrayal. And poor Iris, just like, not my type, not interested, like, ooh, or not your type, not interested in you. Like, that must be hurtful to hear. But yeah, Jeremiah made the best decision. So now Huda and Jalen are single. They have to stand up at the platform, and each islander individually chooses who they want to save by standing behind them. Another tweak, have the safe island or have the unsafe islanders turn their back, so that you turn around and then you know if you're safe or not. Because halfway through, Huda started smirking because obviously she already knows that she's safe. But anyways, excuse me. The votes were to save Huda. It was Sierra, Amaya, Shelly, Ace. And when Huda reached her hand back to like hold Ace's hand, he was like, hell no. I said, oh, I definitely want to know what was that about. Iris also voted for Huda, Alondria, Taylor, and Hannah. And then Jalen, unfortunately, only got 4 votes from Nick, Austin, Jeremiah, and Pepe, which means that, what's his name again? Not me forgetting him already. Which means that Jalen is going home. It is sad to see him go. Unfortunately, he just didn't do enough to impress Alondria or anybody else. He was just solely in for the girl. And I don't blame him. Like, it seems like Alondria to the T would have been exactly who he wanted. So why even move around? It's nice that his first trip out of the country was going to Fiji, going on Love Island. Like, oh my gosh, how exciting. So fun for him. Then we have Iris, who had to separate herself, and she starts to cry because she feels like Jalen also deserved love. Like, she feels so bad that he's going home. Guess who comes to hug her? Well, first it was Hannah, and then the girls follow. But guess who comes to hug her? Huda. And in the beach hut, Huda's like, yeah, I know that I was rude to her, but I'm lucky that she voted for me. Remember that. Remember that. The unnecessary comments, the rude attitude she has to people who have done nothing to her is just ridiculous. There's really no need for that. Miss, I'm emotionally mature. There's no need for that. And so I hope she remembers that you were even nasty to this girl, whether she knows it or not, and she still decided to have kindness towards you. Yeah, or show kindness towards you. Y'all know what I'm saying. The preview for Thursday. The preview for Thursday shows Iris in tears. The whole island, it seems like, being done with somebody's shenanigans. I can only assume that it's Huda. And then Huda's saying she's done. What is going on? I cannot stand that Love Island USA skips Wednesdays. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens then. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.